The Diocese of Springfield put the focus on the family this week with 3 workshops featuring national Catholic speakers. CAROLEE McGrath attended the workshops that inspired catechists and other parish staff to reach out to families by living the light of Christ and walking with them, and by extending the invitation to come back to church.
By the way, that's called sarcasm? Oh.
Dr. Tim Hogan kept the crowd laughing at Our Lady of the Blessed Sacrament Parish in Westfield at the 2017 Catechetical Congress. He focused on bringing families back to church in his talk entitled The Gift of Cultural Hurricanes, Rebuilding Bridges That Transform Catholic Families.
When you listen to Pope Francis speak, or you just look out at the world, you realize that we are going through this incredible, unprecedented transformation of culture, something we haven't gone through in probably 300 or 400 years in Western civilization. So everything is getting deconstructed and reorganized. And what Pope Francis is saying, in the middle of this, we have to train our eye on the family.
Hogan, a Catholic psychologist, author, and lecturer, also spoke to pre-Cana instructors at the Bishop Marshall Center in Springfield. Hogan says parish leaders all across the country have to recognize how the family unit has changed.
Traditional families are not even the majority situation for young children to be growing up in right now. So the first thing we have to do is we have to embrace what shows up at the door as family. And that might be mom and the kids, that might be every other weekend mom and then dad and the kids, it might be various combinations, right, of step parents or married living together, having children coming to church. I mean, there's a whole lot of things, and it just requires a complete reboot of our computer of saying, how do we love well in this situation? How do we love this family well?
Hogan, a husband and father of 3, directs the Christian Grace Counseling Center in Detroit, working with couples and families. He says a major pitfall for folks is a jam-packed schedule and even sports, which interfere with Mass times.
There are solutions, and so like in Detroit, there are priests who go to the hockey arenas on Sunday morning and celebrate Mass because that's where all the families are.
According to CARA, which is a research arm of the United States Conference of Catholic Bishops, only 22% of the 67 million Catholics in this country attend Mass regularly. So the challenge is to go out and find the other 53 million and convince them that if they just show up on Sunday, not do anything special, but just show up, that Jesus will change their lives. Author and Catholic speaker Mike Patan, who is from Louisiana, also spoke at the workshop for catechists focusing on ministering to families. Patan calls himself a faith horticulturalist who plants seeds as he speaks to audiences all across the country.
I think people have to know you care. I think we have to keep inviting. One of the biggest things I've been saying the last year, I want to teach people how to invite people back home. I want to teach people what to say when people say I'm spiritual but not religious. I want to teach them how ordinary people have to say something, because I don't think it's going to be bishops or priests or nuns that help contribute to the decline of the Catholic Church. It's when ordinary people like you and I stop inviting people.
Gina Chervinsky is the Director of Catechetics and Youth Formation for the Diocese of Springfield.
If we're going to move things forward, we need to start with our families and start looking at family life today, and how we can be more effective with the things that we're doing and what we're offering for families and providing them the resources that they need, and to help our families know that we really do care about them. And I think if they really get a sense that the church has their well-being in heart, I think our families would be more receptive to what we're trying to teach them and offer them.
Several parishes participated, including Our Lady of Fatima in Ludlow.
You get the feeling that all of America, probably all of the world, is in the same situation. I blame everything on secularism. We're pushing Christianity out without even knowing it. So we're getting rid of Christ.
Helen Johnson teaches faith formation to 10th graders.
It's impossible to get discouraged if you truly believe in Christ, because you know that Christ always wins.
An encouraging message of truth that the Church wants to share with families. Reporting for Reel to Reel, I'm CAROLEE McGrath.